Welcome. I am Frederick Weiss, VP of Marketing,
And I'm Mike Hensgen, Director of Sales here at Snet Communications.
and we're so happy to have you watch our video today. We're going to be discussing the benefits of joining the Snet Partner Program. And to do that, we'll begin by discussing exactly who is Snet and talk a little bit about our history. So, Mike, who are these two fine individuals that began the Snet company?
Yeah, so on the left, you'll see Alex Fain, our co-founder and CEO, and on the left, our co-founder and CTO, Eugene Likovid, both of which came from rather large organizations that I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with. Alex came from McDonald's Corp, where he was in charge of voice and data connectivity for some 15,000 locations nationwide. Eugene held a very high role with Pepsi of America, where he was in charge of building out the data centers and then went on to manage those data centers. And they serendipitously met on a flight back from a Cisco conference. They got to talking about roles, responsibilities, and the like. And the one thing they kept coming back to was that, despite working for these huge companies that spent, millions of dollars a month with the carriers, the level of support they received fell short of their expectations. And at that point, they said, hey, you know what? We're two reasonably intelligent engineering types. We could build our own cloud communications platform and back it with excellent customer service. And that's just what they did. And we've been in business since 2006, going strong and growing rapidly.
That's right. So if I do the math here, that is 16 years of working with partners and taking care of their customers. So, we've been providing tailor-fit solutions for every customer, customizing solutions built from our comprehensive suite of services for that long of a time. Mike, do you want to go into some more of the details here?
Yeah, again, bits and bytes, speeds and feeds, find me, follow me, and mobile apps and the like, all the carriers have them. But I think what really distinguishes Snet from our competition is, in fact, that level of detail, that level of white glove support that we're able to provide. Not only does that white glove approach to our onboarding, which at this time is table stakes in the industry, but more importantly, it's our ability to service and support our clients throughout lifetime, throughout life cycle.
And let's talk about how we empower businesses, a robust infrastructure servicing a fast-growing client base. We got some pretty impressive numbers here, Mike.
Yeah, some vital stats relating to Snet. And I think this is a relevant slide given the fact that we talked a little bit about our history. This is a little bit closer to where we are now. We have about 200,000 plus end users on our client list. That represents about 3,000 individual customers. On the small side, our customers range, 6, 8, 10 phones, up to some of our larger clients, which have 15, 16, 1,700 phones. And as varied as the size of our clients, so are the industries that they represent. And we'll get into a slide a little bit more down the line about some of the verticals that we're very successful in. But I wanted to point out the two stats in the middle, as those are very near and dear to our heart and really, I think, punctuate our focus, if you will, on our support. And that is our 98.7% client retention and our 80 plus net promoter score. First off, I'll speak to the 98.7. Snet learned very early that it's easier to keep a customer than it is to get a new one. So that is something that we hold very near and dear to our heart in regards to the support that we provide to our existing clients. The Net Promoter Score, for those that aren't familiar with that, that's the likelihood that a customer is willing to recommend Snet to a colleague. And if you take a look at the Net Promoter Score of any of the other carriers out there, any of the more recognized household names in the space, you'll see that their Net Promoter Score is nowhere near our Net Promoter Score, and in some cases it's actually less than half. And last but not least, we have 99.99 or 5 nines reliability as it relates to uptime in our dual data centers.
Yeah, I believe all these numbers say quite a lot about our company. So let's talk about our product portfolio. So tailored fit business cloud communications. We cover pretty much every aspect of every need a business can require here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, our flagship product is our UCaaS solution. Any given month, 80% of our business, a new business comes in as a result of that UCaaS or our CCaaS contact center as a solution or as a service. But we also offer many complementary services that go hand in hand with that UCaaS/CCaaS offering, specifically connectivity nationwide. And that's from wireless broadband connectivity to tertiary broadband connectivity all the way to fiber optic connectivity. So not only can we provide the service, the communications service, but we can also provide the connectivity to fuel that UCaaS or CCaaS solution. For those organizations that are seeking a higher level of visibility and reporting into their wide area network, we can provide everything from SD-WAN to SD-WAN with any number of levels of security from a cloud-based firewall option. Additionally, we can provide SASE solutions, which become more and more important, especially as you have more remote workforce and a more diverse device set out there in the workforce. So what that allows our clients to take advantage of is their corporate headquarter wide security protocols pushed out to the end users regardless of the device they're on. So it gives those customers a very strong peace of mind in regards to their network assets, their corporate infrastructure, and intellectual property.
And let's talk about some of the industries we serve. I know we don't have enough room on our slide here to talk to about or just speak to every one of them, but let's talk about some of these at a high level, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd mentioned, a few slides back that, our solution sets very, very comfortably in any number of verticals by the fact that, we own, operate, and manage our own platform. So we have a lot of flexibility when it comes to specific customizations that a specific vertical might need. Additionally, we have all of our own in-house development talent. So what we're able to do is integrate with a number of tools that any of these types of organizations might already be employing, whether that's a CRM, Salesforce, Zoho, Sugar, Microsoft Dynamics, Bullhorn, HubSpot, DealCloud, the list goes on and on, but also any of your ERP platforms out there, whether that's a Microsoft product, whether that's SAP. If it's a web-based application and has an open API, if we haven't written code to connect or integrate with it, we have the in-house talent to get it done. And I don't see casino or wineries on here. Those are the two verticals I've been very successful in.
Excellent. I do like a good winery. So let's talk about why Snet. So we are serious about your success. Snet reflects the mission at hand. Snet stands for Solution Network, in case you didn't know that. And we have some really good 4 points that I'd like to go over here, which is tailored fit business cloud communications. We provide that VIP treatment. We provide those solutions to fit exactly your business needs. We provide the personalized white glove support. Again, that VIP support to take care of exactly the requirements that fit within your business, that fit to your business. And you're going to see this one over and over again. This is one of our biggest mantras, is that we're real people accountable for your success. You could get us on the phone. You could get to know who we are. You'll know us by name, and we're going to be there to answer that phone with 100% customer service orientated mindset.
Agreed. And I would just point out that white glove support applies to two aspects of our process to support your end user clients, right? Not only from an onboarding perspective through the development, design, and implementation phase, but again, more importantly, from an ongoing lifecycle management perspective.
That's right. And you don't get that with some of the bigger competitors out there. So let's talk about extending your service offerings, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd like you to consider Snet as an extension of your team. having worked with partners myself here at SNet for almost 7 years, we understand and respect the partner relationship. And we understand that, many of our partners sell cloud-based firewalls. They sell managed switches. They sell circuits. So we are very, very cognizant of the service offerings in each of every one of our partners to make sure that we don't step on any toes. We, if anything, want to complement that which you are offering to your clients, or that which you may already have in place with your clients.
Excellent. So again, I talked about this before, that this is a big mantra within our company, that we are real people accountable for your success, personalized support and customer solutions. Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. Real people accountable for your success. We know how that translates into the success of our end user clients, right? We also know how that translates into the success of our partner community. But internally, we've taken a really, really strong look at how that applies to our own internal processes. In other words, how my sales team works with the project management team, how the work of the project management team affects the work of the client technology advisors and account managers down the line. So we're all very accountable to make sure that we're doing the best possible job we can to ensure the delight of our end user clients, our mutual clients, and keep your phone from ringing in the middle of the night saying, hey, why am I on SNet?
Excellent. And we're more than a provider. Again, we are real people accountable for your success. So when we talk about we're more than a provider, what exactly are we saying here, Mike?
Well, we're saying a handful of things, but I think the most important aspect is that, Alex and Eugene came from a strong engineering background, right? So our network was built with that same mindset that they had when they worked at those behemoth companies with essentially unlimited budgets. So what you'll find is that the solution set that we offer fits beautifully into any number of verticals, as I already described. But more importantly, the tools that we use to manage those services across our client base are the same that are used by many of our larger competitors. In fact, one of the things that really caught my eye 7 years ago when I came to SNet was, in fact, those tools. I'd come from a very, very large competitor, a household name, if you will. And many of the tools that we use here at SNet were tools that were just, at the time, being deployed at this much larger provider.
Excellent. Let's move on and talk about now becoming an SNet partner. So why should someone become an SNet partner? So let's talk about the actual partner program. What do we actually have within our partner program? How do we define this, Mike?
So our partner program is a unique opportunity for MSPs, IT consultants, VARs, PBX vendors, low voltage cabling folks to expand their service offerings to include that product set that SNet offers, specifically UCaaS, CCaaS, SD-WAN, SASE, connectivity from wireless to broadband to fiber optic connectivity nationwide. And as a result, reap the benefits of those relationships with your existing clients by bringing SNet in as a potential vendor.
Excellent. So let's talk about the benefits of the partner program. So we have some great things here. Of course, we talk about how we have aggressive SPIFFs up to 8x MRR. We have up to 23% evergreen residual commissions via direct deposit. I mean, dedicated channel manager, it goes on and on.
The one thing I would point out here that is a key differentiator is the revenue pass-through option. So for organizations that, keep their clients very close to their vest and really want to provide that high level of support as their IT vendor or their IT consultant, their MSP, we have options available that allow you to provide first level support to those individual clients and then add additional revenue onto their invoice that gets passed through over and above the normal percentage payout for your residual commissions. I'd also put out there that you also have the opportunity to perform site surveys, do your own installations and or trainings, which gives you the opportunity to earn additional revenue as well.
So let's talk about the white glove project management implementation. Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I had mentioned earlier that the bells and whistles that we provide are very similar, if not identical, to the bells and whistles that many of our competitors provide. But again, what separates us is our attention to detail as it relates to our support from an onboarding and design implementation perspective, and then from an ongoing life cycle perspective. But I will point out here that site surveys are performed on any and all installations. The last thing we want as your white glove provider is to go out and to do an install and then stand there scratching our head with a gotcha, whether that's an overhead paging system, a door strike, a non-power over Ethernet switch, a few locations where there's not Cat 5 or Cat 6 cabling. So again, site surveys are performed on each and every installation. The other thing that I'll point out is that upon implementation, you're assigned a client technology advisor. So even if you have 5 seats or 50 seats or 500 seats, you have a dedicated internal resource within SNet to support your organization, whether that's ads, moves, changes, billing questions, etc. SNet has a dedicated resource earmarked as yours.
So let's talk about the aggressive partner commissions. So we got some pretty interesting things here, and we talked about these lightly just a moment ago about the 3x MMR with a minimum SPIFF or 3-year term and up to 8x SPIFs. Why don't you take us through some of this, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. So, table stakes these days here at SNet is a 3 times MRR for a 3-year term and a 23% payout on a 5-year term. But there are opportunities to earn over and above that in specific circumstances, which we can address individually. But we also have a number of SPIFs at any given time that change quarterly that can result from, at a minimum, a 3 times MRR all the way up to an 8-time MRR. Additionally, for those organizations that have a very high level of output in any particular quarter, we do offer quarterly performance bonuses based on going over and above those attainment levels.
Excellent. So let's talk about some of these partner perks. We have, again, competitive commissions up to 23% evergreen residual commissions. We talked about the 8X. We talked about being there for 24/7, 365 with that specialized support. Take us through this, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. As you had suggested, our residual payouts range from 20 to 23% as our standard offering. As I'd suggested, there is the opportunity to go higher than that with some individual commitment levels, but those are evergreen percentage payouts. So as long as that client remains a customer of SNet, that partner can expect that consistent, predictable payout on a monthly basis. With that said, if during the time that customer is with SNet, they add additional locations, they add additional services, all of those additions are commissionable to the partner.
And we provide so much support. I mean, we got co-brand and material, training, LMS training, certifications. We got it all under the hood.
Absolutely.
So lastly, why don't we talk about, we have a really exciting exclusive Q4 offer for new partners coming on. So when you sign up within your first 6 months of becoming an SNet partner, what do you get here, Mike?
Well, as you can see from the form here, an incredible payout, right? So our goal is to separate us from other providers in the space by showing you our mettle, that we stand behind our words, and the level of support that we provide is, in fact, the level of support that we provide. And in order for you to experience that, we ask for your trust in bringing us a client or two to onboard so you can see firsthand. And as a result, we will compensate you incredibly well for that trust and for that first opportunity, knowing that once you've gone through the SNet onboarding process, your customer has become an SNet client, that you will feel 100% confident with SNet your dedicated resource channel manager, as well as our commitment to our mutual success and the success of our new client.
Excellent. Thank you, Mike. Well, thank you all so much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. And please go to snet.com/partners or snet.com/partners/become a partner. We're really looking forward to it, and we can't wait to see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you all. Appreciate your time today. Look forward to speaking with you.